Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Christmas racing previews. Well, this time we're taking a look at Saturday and Sunday's racing. We have Leopardstown and Limerick on both days. And starting with Leopardstown, Murph, the woodiesdiy.com, the Christmas hurdle Grade 1.
Yeah, first time this race has been run as a Grade 1, Miriam. It's a very good race, 3 miles, plenty of testing ground probably by Saturday, I'd say. And of course the big horse here is Solbit. I think it's a very good horse, Charles Burns, winner of the Stayers hurdle at Cheltenham last year, returned from injury to win a very good race. And of course then he went on and won an entry before finishing second in the French champion hurdle. This will be his first run since. He's always a classy animal though. He's the only one I think they used to give Hurricane Fly a run for his money a couple of years ago over 2 miles. And you know, while he's going to face a strong opposition here in the likes of Any Power from William Mullins, I think he sets a very high standard and certainly will be carrying my money anyway. Now Any Power, very interesting filly, this one. Already, you know, short enough price for the champion hurdle. It'd be interesting if she does take up this 3 mile engagement. She has been very impressive over hurdles to date and was a good winner last time out in England over 2 miles straight in Ascot. I think she probably will get 3 miles. She got 2.5 very easily as a novice. Her jumping probably would have to improve, there's no question about that. But she is a very classy animal. She's getting 7 pounds off Solbit, which could be very important. And they certainly are the big two. Although in the race, you have the likes of Mala Beach. I think he's an interesting horse. He didn't run the long walk hurdle last weekend, but he ran very well when he was second on his first run in the Liz Mullen hurdle back at Navan in November. A decent novice last year when he won at Fairyhouse. And I think the step up to 3 miles will suit him as well. So while it's no means a 2-horse race, I think Solbit and certainly Any Power will be the big two, all right. But I just favour Solbit. I think it's proven class and stamina over 3 miles, the likelihood of soft ground. I think that just swings me in his favour at this stage. Again, it should be a cracking race though.
Absolutely. I love Solbit, but I think Any Power, for the first time she was made to work in Ascot and she battled, didn't she?
She battled really well. She really is a high class mare. No end to her. She's won all her 8 races to date, her bumpers as well. And you know, she's getting stiffer tasks all the time, and this certainly will be a stiff task against the likes of the classy Solbit. You know, really be a good race, this one.
Great race. And then of course the Lexus, the big one.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's a really cracking race, and it's great news to hear that Bob Sport could be coming over. At the moment he's around 9-4 favourite in Dandy Post betting. You know, Gold Cup winner to come here is tremendous, and it's been a great race for English stables over the years. What a race last year when Tidal Bay just got up to beat, you know, First Lieutenant, Clement Star, Sour de Champ. I mean, that was probably the race the whole year last year, and it, you know, it could be again. Sour de Champ, of course, you know, had a fall at just the third fence in the Durkin Chase. Obviously he's okay. Willie Mullins wouldn't be running if he wasn't. He loved to step back up to 3 miles, likes Leopardstown, loves the soft ground. He's going to be a really good chance, and he's, you know, 5-2 at the moment, and you know, that's fair odds for him. Obviously then the interesting one again is Paul Nichols Union East. Good winner entry last time. He's only a young horse, this fella, but a very good one. Disappointed at Cheltenham and the RSA last year, but maybe the ground just wasn't soft enough for him. You can expect him to go very well, you know, from a stable that has done very well in this race in the past. Obviously First Lieutenant hasn't done all that well this season for whatever reason, but you wouldn't want to rule him out. He does like Leopardstown. He's definitely better than he showed this season to date, and if back to his best, he could go very close. So really, like, it's, you know, it's just a cracking race. You've got, like, you know, Quita de la Rock is not a bad horse, Prince de Beauchene, Lyrene Legend, not to forget Lord Windermere, who didn't run all that well in the Hennessy last time, but he did win the RSA last year. All them would have certain you know, each way chances at best. But Bob's Worth, if he's back to his best, and although he was very disappointing at Haydock last time, you'd have to think Leopardstown will suit him better. He likes soft ground. It's going to be you know, a stiff stamina test is what he really needs. He did beat Sour de Champ 7 lengths in the Gold Cup. I don't think he's going to win by that far next Saturday, but there shouldn't be too much between them again, and it really is a really cracking race, this one, I think.
Yeah, I think even without picking out one, it's just going to be a spectacle, isn't it?
Like, if they all turn up, it really will be
a
really good race, and could be as good as last year, when it certainly was the rest of the year last year.
Yeah, great.
No doubt about that.
Good stuff. Now, anything else in Leopardstown then, do you think, takes the eye?
I think in the beginner's chase, there's a couple there with chances. Caelan Owen is an interesting horse I've always liked. He should do well over fences. Hard to know if he's going to run at this stage. Again, you know, Willie Mullins has plenty of horse in this. The Jack Adam is an interesting horse, first time over fences. He was a decent hurdler last year. And Blood Catil, a young horse as well, was a good 4-year-old last year in those top hurdles. Ran well enough in the Triumph hurdle behind O'Connor. And if he takes to the fences, I think he'd take a lot of beating in that beginner's chase on that Saturday card.
Great. Great, good stuff. And then a quick look at Limerick, of course, and just the Liberty Insurance, the novice hurdle, it's a grade 3. Hearne has just been so impressive, and I think taken on lots of memories now as well, who's also had a wonderful season. But Hearne is just, he's been unreal lately.
He does. I think he's placed him very well, I think, William. He hasn't given him too stiff a task today, and he's likely to probably turn up here. He's already shortened up price for next year's Cheltenham Festival, so I suppose you'd have to win at Limerick on Saturday, but certainly he's a horse to follow for the future. He's a very, very good horse.
I think so. Great. So off to Sunday then, and the Ryanair hurdle.
Well, certainly this, we've been saying this could be the rest of the season, this really could be the rest of the meeting. I mean, this is the one that everybody wants to see. If all the 3 horses turn up, Hurricane Fly, Jet Ski and O'Connor, they're the big 3, there's no doubt about that. Other good horses entering the race, like Thousand Stars and that, but I mean, it's these 3. Now, can Hurricane Fly do it again? He's won this race twice in the past. It didn't look as good last time, I suppose. A lot of people would crab the form in the Morgana hurdle, but it was a 17 grade 1 win. I mean, that was a world record. Can he make it 18 next Sunday? You can expect a hugely improved performance. There's no doubt about that. He didn't really look fit at Punchtown, but he still won, and he's going to improve an awful lot. He's 9 years of age now. He still sets the standard for all the others to reach. And can O'Connor reach it? That's the big test for him. He was so impressive when he won it at Cheltenham, though, O'Connor. I've never seen the Triumph Hurdle winner by 15 lengths. I've seen Triumph Hurdles for many years. Never seen him want to take the breath away like he did. And the farmers worked out reasonably well. The likes of Far West and those, the placed horses, haven't been disgraced this year. So to win 15 lengths quite easily was a tremendous performance. And he's coming back from a slight injury. He ran at Naas in October on the flat race. He had a few cuts and bruises afterwards. Des Hughes is saying he's very pleased with his work now after working at Navan last Saturday after racing. And it's a big test for him. But I think, he's going to put up to Hurricane Fly. Jet Ski's who won well last time over 2.5 in the Hatton's Grace. He'll go well, I think, as well with Tony McCoy on board. But for me, it's between Hurricane and O'Connor. I would slightly favour Hurricane at this stage. But I do believe that O'Connor, come Cheltenham time, could be the one to be on at that stage.
The young pretender.
The young pretender taking on
the old boy,
And what a horse Hurricane Fly has been.
Oh, he's unbelievable, isn't he?
Really
as you say, been for 17 now.
Yeah,
it's
just unbelievable.
Amazing. What a record.
It'd be a great test for O'Connor to take him on at time beating. And he is only a 4-year-old O'Connor, so he's lots of improvement in him.
Yeah, and so good for us to have that yardstick in the country. Do you know,
it's great.
A horse like him?
Absolutely, and and with the new one and my 10-year clashing on Thursday at Kempton, the champion hurdle picture could be a lot clearer by next weekend.
Absolutely, great. And then of course we have the novice chase then, the Topaz novice chase, the grade 1 then the same day.
Yeah, and at least 4 or 5 very decent horses here. The likely favourite and the one at the moment is Ballycasey from Willie Mullins. Very good novice hurdler last season that had to miss the Cheltenham Festival. He jumped very well when he won at Navan on his first run, and the third horse on that occasion, Dead Buntline, won well at Navan last Saturday. So the form is rock solid. He's a deserving favourite, but he's faced some very decent rivals here, and the one I like myself is a horse I have an awful lot of time for. It's called Morning Assembly, trained by Pat Fahey. He's won his 2 chases in good style, battled well when he beat Don Cassack at Punchtown in November, and then Don Cassack went on and of course won the Drinmore chase at Ferryhouse a couple of weeks later. So that's excellent form. He loved 3 miles, loves soft ground, jumps very solidly, and I think he's going to be taking off like beating around 3 or 4 to 1. Also in the race you have Bright New Dawn, a lovely horse from Des Hughes. Always looked like he was going to be a very good chaser, and although he won narrowly on his first run at Punchtown there a couple of weeks ago against Tagora, that was still a good performance. The step up to 3 miles would suit him, and he certainly has to come into the reckoning. And if Don Cassack does turn up here, he doesn't run at sea on Stephen's Day at Kempton. He was entered for that race. If he does turn up here, 3 miles would suit him well as well, and this could be another really cracking race, and what is really kind of an unbelievable type of day's race, and this should be a big crowd. It's the gathering up there at Leopardstown, the last day of the festival.
Great.
And with Hurricane Fly or O'Connor, there's going to be a huge crowd up there, and should be a tremendous atmosphere.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Then Limerick then, we still have Limerick, and the Family Fun Beginners Chase I've had a quick look at, and I really like Paul Nolan's horse, Jupiter. Second Oscar's Business last time out, and I think that was only a second run back after a break, so he should be stripping fitter now anyway, and I think he's in with a big chance. Yeah,
he's got a lot of handicap form over fences, which is going back to beginners, plenty of experience. Yeah. Limerick can be a tricky track for beginners, a horse to run over fences for the first time, and I think the experience of that lad Jupiter should take a lot of beating in that one.
I think so.
So let's look forward to certainly.
Absolutely,
So if at all possible, get to the races of all next weekend. I think that's the message here. Enjoy the punting over the Christmas, and have a safe, everybody have a great Christmas. Happy Christmas from both of us here,
absolutely.
And hopefully we'll see you in the new year.
Well, thanks for watching, and of course do check out the websites too of all the race courses. You can check out what packages are on offer, and a very happy and healthy Christmas to you all, and we hope to see you again. Take care.